It may not be the most popular Mega Evolution in the world, but oh wow, is Mega Starmie a beast. Now you might be thinking, is Mega Evolution like most, would improve on its already superior stats. However, in Starmie's case, whilst it may have a solid base 130 special attack, its real strengths come from its physical attack. Base 100 attack is not something to be super proud of from a Mega Evolution, but enter huge power. That's right, out of nowhere they decided to give this super fast Mega Evolution an ability that doubles its attack stat for free. Insane. Today I'll be utilizing a strike first and hard strategy with this Pokemon, maximizing its speed stat with a jolly nature and pulling all its stat points into attack and speed. The moveset I'm running is pretty straightforward and covering most of our weaknesses. We have Flip Turn for a nice stab hit and run move, allowing us to quickly deal damage and get out of the way of the target's next attack. Zen Headbutt for a solid Psychic type stab move, also capable of flinching the opponent. Ice Spinner for coverage against dragons and grass types. And finally, for the extra security, if an enemy is boosted in speed, Aqua Jet. Great for stopping sweeps and picking off damaged opponents. What are your thoughts on Mega Starmie in Pokémon Champions? Have you used it yet? Let me know in the comments. Here's the team if you want to replicate it. It's pretty good, definitely winning a lot of games with this one. So with that being said, shall we start the first game already? Alright, looking at the first opponent we have, I think Starmie does do pretty well here. The Glaceon will be annoying, but I think we lead Infernape, we bring Starmie, and then to take care of a Dragapult's fast though, innit? Definitely a fast Pokemon. I think Hydreigon might be a good choice. It would definitely help with the Choice Scarf. Or Sylveon. I'm leaning towards Sylveon because it'll help with the Quackable as well. Quackable, I didn't even realize I was in the game. I knew Skeledirge and Scrado, but I've not seen a Quackable yet, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty then. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. As always, the Glaceon admirer. Fair enough. There's the Glaceon lead, which is great for us because we obviously led with Infernape, so this is a good one. I love how Infernape's fire looks in this game as well. It's amazing. Anyway, back on topic. I'm thinking Stealth Rocks here because they're definitely going to switch out. So let's go for that Stealth Rocks. Unless they're Focus Sash and they want to use their Glaceon up, but they do stay in, surprisingly, as we get them Stealth Rocks up, which is nice. It's going to help us if the Focus Sash is on any of their Pokemon. Mud Shot. What does that do again? Is it lowers accuracy? Oh no, speed. Mud Slapper lowers accuracy. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Right, so in that case we should still outspeed, but I'm going to go for that Fire Punch. There we go, we do outspeed. Fire Punch comes through, not enough damage despite being Iron Fist, but Infernape obviously power creep and everything. Not like Glaceon's really much of a power creep for it, but we do live on 1 HP, which is fantastic. Not because of our Focus Sash, obviously. Let's go for that Mark Punch just to get a bit more damage off, because we no doubt will outspeed us this time. We get some nice damage off, which is great. They go for the Ice Shard, which we would have outsped them, so I could have gone for a Fire Punch. I didn't think at -2 I would outspeed, but I mean, I know Glaceon's not the fastest Pokemon in the world, but still. Anyway, let's go into Starmie now. It's time to get our Mega Evolution on. Mega Starmie is an absolute beast, by the way. I would definitely recommend trying it if you haven't already. We're going to Mega Evolve right now, and we are going to go for a Aqua Jet. Makes the most sense. See if they switch out. They didn't switch out, which is fantastic. There we go. And let's see what happens now. They go ahead and stay in. Probably just take it on the chin. Glaceon did its job. It somehow beat my Infernape. And then, yeah, let's see what Starmie can do now. Rotom comes in. Rotom Heat, for that matter. This thing is an interesting one. So it's hurt by Stealth Rocks. They wouldn't have brought it in if it wasn't Choice Scarf. So I'm pretty confident we're going for an Aqua Jet here and it KOing. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for that Aqua Jet. Let's go for it. Let's see how much damage we do. Whoa, haha. Clean KO from Mega Starmie there. That huge power plus Aqua Jet priority is really useful. And then they forfeit. First game forfeit. Gotta love it. Alright, we got ourselves a Mega Frostlass team. I'm assuming Aurora Veil's come in. Gotta watch out for that Population Bomb from Mousehold. When the Rocky Helmet in the game makes that very annoying to deal with if you don't have a Ghost type. Like we don't. Aerodactyl could potentially take a Population Bomb, but I'd rather just KO it. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking they bring Zoroark. Or Rotom as a lead. Rotom could be a good one. But either way, looking at a squad, I would say Roserade could be a good lead. Potentially. No. Yes. No. Maybe. This is the squad I'm going with. I'm thinking Infernape because it's got a Focus Sash, so it should be fine. I don't want to lead with it. I want to lead with Roserade. I'm looking at that team and I'm thinking Whimsicott because they see my Starmie. They want to be able to outspeed it. So Tailwind Whimsicott's definitely coming, right? Alright then, the battle begins. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's see if we can do this. So, I'm struggling to get out of Ultra Ball here. Altaria comes in as the lead, which is interesting. So, Rosemon, you are fine here because I can take a Dragon move, resisting the Fairy move if they do Mega Evolve. And I'm thinking Sludge Bomb. Or Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam, you can't go wrong, but it's not Stab. If they do Mega Evolve, they become Fairy type. Sludge Bomb, Stab. I think I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb here. They actually stay in, they don't Mega Evolve, they go for a Flamethrower, which is going to sting. They outspeed us somehow. I think no Altaria that fast, unless it's a Choice Scarf Altaria? There's no way. That's why not max speed. Oh, of course it's the Zoroark. I should have realised that. Okay, so Zoroark did its usual trick on me, which is fine. If we're expecting another Flamethrower here, we should probably switch out, but I don't really know what to go into. Leaning towards Infernape. I'm going to go Infernape. Infernape makes sense. So she's to go for a Flamethrower. If they're locked in, they might be Choice Scarfed. Or they might be Focus Sash. One of the two. Let's see what they do. So they go for that Bitter Malice, confirming they're not Choice Scarfed. And that does over half. That's over half. Not very good for us. It lowered our attack too. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get them Stealth Rocks up. We'll bring Starmie in and we'll start wrecking house, alright? Yeah, no. It wasn't going to work anyway. They outspeed us, so it's fine. Infinite, you kind of, well, you didn't do your job. I should have let Roserade go down there. Infinite would have been way more helpful, I think. Either way, though, we outspeed with Starmie, so I'm going to go for that. Starmie's Mega Evolution is fast. Not super duper fast, but like, you know, fast nonetheless. I'm thinking Mega Aqua Jet, just in case that's Shadow Sneak or another move. So let's see what happens. They do stay in, it looks like. And there we are. The superhero, that is Mega Starmie. And now we're going to go for that Aqua Jet. There we go. Takes it out, cleanly out, should do. Yeah, there we go. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done. Alright, Rotom comes in. Of course it's Rotom Wash. It's very big. Large. Larger than life. So if we assume they're going to go for a Discharge, we should go Roserade. See if we can live. If we can't live, then so be it. I should have Flip Turn, but they could be Choice Scarfed, so I don't want to get hit by any damage unnecessarily. They did go for the Volt Switch, which we should live. We do live, which is nice. I'm just hoping that the next Pokemon that comes in, Roserade, can outspeed and actually do something against. Maybe like the Altaria. They've got to bring Altaria, haven't they? They did bring Altaria. Cool. Right, if that's the real Altaria, because the Zoroark's gone, we can just go for a Sludge Bomb here, or a Rest. Leaning towards a Rest. Let's go for a Rest here. There's the Rest. They didn't Mega Evolve, presumably so that they can keep the Flying type stab for a Hurricane, potentially. So let's see how this plays out. So we Rest. Lumberry's going to pop, which is fantastic. And then they go for a Hyper Voice. Not going to do much damage. But they can't Mega Evolve, that's for sure. Because they will get hit by a Sludge Bomb. And well, they could Mega Evolve, but they might not expect it. Even though I did it to the Zoroark earlier. They do Mega Evolve. Nice. Okay, this works out. We should still outspeed because Altaria is not exactly super fast. Most people run it with Bulk, I believe. So let's see how this works with Mega Altaria. So Sludge Bomb comes through. It should do a lot of damage. Oh, wow, Roserade. You just kicked his butt. It was a crit. Wow. I'll take that. Definitely take that. Definitely take that. We're at full health. They've got a Rotom left. Roserade's kind of putting in the work here. Not going to lie. Let's see what this Rotom thinks it can do. Hopefully we don't see a forfeit here. So let's go for a Leaf Storm. See how much damage we got going on. Thunderbolts, we eat those. But do you eat a Leaf Storm? That's the real question. It paralyzed us. The tables may have turned. Nope, never mind. Wait, we missed. Oh no! No, that's karma for that crit. It's karma for that crit. Let's go for a Leaf Storm now. They could still pull this back thanks to the potential Choice Scarf they have. So, yeah, there's the Thunderbolts. We live. Can we not get fully paralyzed? Yes, and we connect the Leaf Storm, which should take it out. There we go. So, nice little Roserade game there. You know, it may be a video about Mega Starmie, but, you know, you got to showcase some of the teammates doing their work. Why am I running Roserade, you ask? Because I like it. I see a 2-cannon. I didn't even realize that was in the game. That's awesome. 2-cannon video incoming. Looking at that squad, though, I can see a Cleavor leading. They might expect the Starmie to be the one to come here. Cleavor does really well against my team, actually. Not going to lie. Probably Focus Ash. Stone Axe to the face. Yeah, got to be careful with that one. It could be Choice Scarf as well. I don't see another Choice Scarf on the team except for maybe Armarouge if we're unlucky. So I'm thinking Infernape lead. No. I'm thinking Sylveon lead. No. Roserade lead. Starmie is coming with Scarf Hydreigon as a cleanup crew. That's pretty much all I can really do. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun. To my opponent, the Slowbro Admirer. Let's see what they lead off with. So Toucannon comes. I was not expecting it to come at all. Rosemon, you've got your work cut out for you here. So I'm thinking, depending on what they do here, I mean, we outspeed them surely unless they're Choice Scarf. So I'm going to just damage it with Sludge Bomb. I have no real switch in. Sludge Bomb should do a lot of damage. Over half, what we like to see. And they go for a Flame Charge. Very interesting. So now they do outspeed us. But if they go for another Flame Charge and we switch in Hydreigon here, we should still outspeed them because Toucannon is very slow. Very slow. So Hydreigon comes on in. They go for that other Flame Charge, which does nothing. And I'm thinking we just go straight for a Dark Pulse here. I don't see any reason not to. Yeah, Dark Pulse comes through. There we go. We still outspeed them, obviously. Dark Pulse comes through. And that Toucannon is down. Which is fantastic. Great impact. Fantabulous. Quackable. We know what this guy wants to do to us, right? We're going to have to switch out. Starmie, you're a Psychic type and a Water type. You can definitely take both his things stabs. And then, if they go for an Aqua Step, we should be alright. We should be alright here. So, they give that Triple Axle, which does hit twice. No, wait. Yes, only hits twice, which is fantastic. That third one would have definitely impeded us a bit. So, no Aqua Step. We can Mega Evolve safely, and we can go for a Zen Headbutt here and take out the Quackable. So, they do withdraw. What are they going to go into, though, to take a Zen Headbutt? Slowbro is the Galarian one, so it's part poison. So, we should be alright going for an attack here. Zen Headbutt should definitely do a lot of damage still. And if it don't, we'll just flip turn into Hydreigon, right? That's the best way to go about this. Zen Headbutt comes through, and Bosh. Oh, wow. That is damage. Let's go for an Aqua Jet real quick. Quick Claw activates, but we have gone for Aqua Jet, so we should out-prioritize them, I think. Yeah, we do. Cool. Aqua Jet comes through. Bye, Slowbro. And now, you all know what happens next, right? Quackable comes back in. What's that clown going to do? Nothing. There he is. I do like Quackable. It's cool. Let's go for that Zen Headbutt. Alright, Zen Headbutt comes through, and we miss. Oh, that is just unfortunate. Close combat, though. Lowering their defenses. We should be good now. Alright, so they've got a White Herb, which is going to bring their stats back up again. But we should still definitely KO with Zen Headbutt here, so I'm just going to go for it and find out if we do. Zen Headbutt comes through, and are we a Focus Sash? We are not. And down goes the Quackable, finishing the game. Mega Starmie once again coming through like an absolute boss. Alright, my opponent's brought a pretty interesting team, to be fair. The Runerigus, or however you pronounce it, is really cool to see as well. Basket Legion, I've got to watch out for that Last Respects. I think I'm going to have to keep Rosemon in the back with a Focus Sash intact. Definitely going to see a Delphox, I know it, I just know it. I think we lead Infernape, because it's Choice Scarf, it does a lot of damage to Kangaskhan, the Kingambit. A knockoff really does hurt the Basket Legion a bit too, as well as Thunder Punch. But I don't know, it's such a tough decision. Maybe I just lead with Skarmory and Mega Evolve straight away and just like go through them. But definitely bring in the Roserade though for that Last Respects potential. And then I think Aegislash could do pretty well here as well. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's see what we're up against, what they're going to lead with. They led with the Runerigus, or however you pronounce it. That's pretty cool. And we lead off with our Starmie. Awesome. So we're at a good waypoint right here. We can just Mega Evolve and Flip Turn right away. We don't have to worry about that Wandering Spirit because we're going to be switching out. So huge power will restore once we switch back in. So there we go. Mega Evolve looking brilliant. And let's see how much damage this does. Flip Turn comes through. It should do a lot. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage for a defensive mon. There's a lot of damage. Now they're huge power. I just realized how bad this might be. Because they've got a Citrus Berry now as well. We have a Runerigus with huge power on the field. That's not good. Are we going to see an Earthquake? I'm going to have to use Roserade now. So let's go Rosemon. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. They go for Stealth Rocks. Thank you. I was wondering whether or not the Wandering Spirit play was their strategy to try and get huge power on this thing, but by the looks of it, it's not. It's just a coincidence. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Leaf Storm at this thing. They do stay in. Great, we get a KO with Roserade. We nearly got the KO with Starmie, but, you know, we didn't quite get there. Down it goes. Down it goes. Let's see what they bring in next. Delphox comes in. Fair enough. Delphox does well here. Stealth Rocks are up, so we're a bit bummed, but I know I can live a hit, so I might go for a Sleep Powder to see if we don't miss. And there we see the Mega Evolution happening. Mega Delphox. I really like Mega Delphox. It's a really cool design. Honestly, it's a really cool design. So let's see what they do. So they give that Shadow Ball. Not going to do much damage to us. We should live, actually. Yeah, just fine. Special Defense does drop. And we go for the Sleep Powder, but they do miss. We missed that one. That's fine. I'm going to try again, though, just in case they go for another Shadow Ball. I don't know what they're expecting. Starmie to come in, maybe. Let's have a look. Flamethrower comes through. Obviously, we're going down. Roserade, you did your job. You took out the Runerigus, which is fine. But Mega Delphox is just a bit too much for you. Now, knowing that the only thing they can hit Starmie with right now is... I think I'm going to go Aegislash here. And the reason being is just purely and simply because I want to get a Shadow Sneak off. Now, this Aegislash is a mixed Aegislash, so it's an interesting choice. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Shadow Ball instead, because I know that they are, I don't want to be in my Blade form when they fire off a Flamethrower at me. I should live a Flamethrower, because I've got the Soccer Berry, so we should definitely live and go for a Shadow Ball. We would have lived anyway, I think. No burn? No burn. Good. Good. So let's go ahead and stance change. And we'll just go for a Shadow Ball just to take this thing out. There we go. Bosh. Ah, nearly. But we do have Shadow Sneak. And they might not expect Shadow Sneak because we're a special set. But we're actually just a little bit of a mixed set. So I'm going to go for that Shadow Sneak right now. There we go. Shadow Sneak goes through. And down goes the Delphox. Lovely. Lovely. Right, let's see what their third and final Pokemon is and whether or not Mega Starmie can handle it. Mimikyu? Right, okay. We do want this thing to get any sort of Swords Dance off if we can avoid it. So I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak right now. Because it's definitely going to go for a Swords Dance. And if it doesn't, so be it. But Disguise is busted. If it goes for a Shadow Claw here, we're alright. Let's see what they do. Swords Dance? Swords Dance! Okay. So we know they're going to go for a Shadow Sneak next. We don't want them to have to get, you know, we don't need that at all. So I'm going to go for that King's Shield. I'm hoping that they're going to think that we don't have it. By the way, we didn't use it the first turn against Mimikyu. So it's always a possibility. It's always a possibility. They go for the Shadow Sneak, which is great. We're going to lower their attack even more, thanks to the way the King's Shield works. And then we're going to go for a... Because we're not going to speed if they go for Shadow Sneak. I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball. They go for a Shadow Claw. Does KO our Ryuzen, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So now I'm thinking they're at +1 attack, not +2. All I need is for Starmie to live a hit and go for a Zen Headbutt. And then I can just go for an Aqua Jet after that if it doesn't KO. So we'll have to see. Stealth Rocks do obviously play a part here. I'm going to go for a Zen Headbutt, hoping for the best. Unless they Shadow Claw. They might Shadow Claw, to be fair. They go for the Shadow Sneak. We could live. We do live. Don't miss the Zen Headbutt, please. Yes, we hit the Zen Headbutt with KO. It does. Starmie saved the day. Oh, that was a close one. That was a real close one. I need to start getting these W's. GG. Alright, I think Mega Starmie can put some work in here. I mean, it's going to be a problematic with that Scovillain, which they're definitely going to bring. The Quackable, Zen Headbutt will definitely take care of that. An Aqua Jet could be useful for the Kangaskhan or the Dragapult or the Armarouge later. So I'm not going to focus on Starmie for this game. I'm going to focus on something else. I'm leaning towards Infernape for sure because of that Scovillain Mega Evolution ability. We bring Starmie, of course, and then looking at their squad, I would say Aegislash is a really good option for us. That Shadow Sneak could definitely come in handy against 3 of those Pokemon. So I'm going to bring it, and we'll see how it goes. And the battle begins! Good luck, have fun, wee! Nice username. Anyway, Kangaskhan comes in, that's the lead. That's a fair enough lead. I'm going to go into my Infernape. This works out really nicely for us. I can close combat this thing in the face. Not a problem. I'm Choice Scarfed. I can definitely outspeed. We might see a Mega Evolution fake out, which is fine if they do that. I'm going to go for that close combat. There's the Mega Evolution. Mega Kangaskhan. I love Mega Kangaskhan. It's like, it's such a weirdly like satisfying design, even though the actual Kangaskhan part is no different. They go for a fake out. Bosh. It's fine. I can take that. I can take that. No problem. And now we're just going to go for close combat. It's plain and simple close combat. So there we go. Close combat comes through. They stayed in. They're ballsy. And they do live because Kangaskhan has that bulk. Let's see what we're going to go down to right now. A Drain Punch maybe? Last resort. Okay. I like that. That's cool. It means that's their last move though. They only have a normal type move. So if I really wanted to, you know. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in Starmie. Starmie. When I said if I really wanted to, I mean I could go Aegislash and just wall this thing. But I'd rather get Starmie in and be able to go for a Ice Spinner here, potentially, and just KO something. I mean, I'm looking at their squad. They could bring, and the only thing they would really bring in here is Quackable. If anything, they might expect a Aqua Jet. I think I'm going to Mega Evolve and risk the Zen Headbutt. Seems like the most appropriate course of action. They have stayed in, which is fair enough. Would it have Sucker Punch? Kangaskhan doesn't get Sucker Punch, does it? I don't think it does. I really hope not. It doesn't. Nice. Let's go for the Zen Headbutt. Take out the Mega Kangaskhan and no chance of winning in the huge power Starmie. Starmie? Did I say Starmie there? Starmie. Scovillain Victini comes in. Now they can't Mega Evolve this thing. But it could be Choice Scarfed. We always know it could be Choice Scarfed. The fact that they brought it in tells me it might be. So I'm going to go Aegislash and I'm going to take that risk. We're going to take that risk. Let's see what they go for. So Ryuzen, the shiny Aegislash comes in. They go for that Giga Drain. Telling me they were likely Scarfed. Or it's just their only option. It's Moody. Interesting. Let's go for Shadow Ball here. I'm expecting either a switch up of moves. They are not Choice Scarf, which is good. It's really good to know. They set up that substitute, not a problem. I'm going to go ahead and change to stance change mode. And I'm going to Shadow Ball this thing in the face, obviously. There we go. And then we'll see what they do. So they're going to get the leftovers recovery, so we know what item they are now. This looks like they're going to be a sub... Oh, special attack Rose Sharply. That is scary. That is scary. What we're going to have to do here is if we're expecting a Flamethrower, we're going to have to Shadow Sneak. Best thing I can think to do. Bit of damage. Let them KO us with Flamethrower. Yes, there we go. We got the Aqua Berry, but they have got a special attack boost, so I just have to hope now they don't get a speed boost this turn. Speed boost would be terrible. It would be very terrible. They've got a boosted defense though, which is annoying. Moody is such a weird ability. Special defense Rose, special attack Fel. Okay, let's go into Patrick Senior over here. The only thing I can think to do is go for Zen Headbutt and hope for the best. And hope it flinches, but it might not. And it does KO even though they have the defense boost. Thanks to a crit, Starmie came through. Okay. Okay, Mega Starmie, you need to calm down now. You need to calm down. Alright, there's Mimikyu coming in. We know what this thing wants to do. Soul Dance. It's got a disguise. Why wouldn't you? We're going to go for an Aqua Jet and show why that's not the best idea in the world. So, Aqua Jet comes through. Breaking the disguise. There we go. It should do a little bit of health damage to 10%, I think. Was it 10 or is it 5? 13. Okay, fair enough. Woodhammer. We lived? Mega Starmie. That's a clutch live right there. Now, they're obviously going to go for a Shadow Sneak here or something. They tried to anyway. We're going to go for an Aqua Jet because hopefully it KOs. It'd be nice if it did. Oh, it KO'd. Oh. Mega Starmie. You are a beast. And that is a W. I didn't play the best, but I still won, so I'm keeping that one.